Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's meeting. I'm Andrew Joyce, and I serve as chair of the Albany County Legislature. Before each meeting of the full legislature, our rules call for a period of public comment. We will have the clerk call on the members of the public who wish to speak in the order they signed up. I remind you all that our rules do not allow for us to question the speakers, nor do they question us. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Feston,
Here.
Brewski,
Here.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman, Clay,
Here.
Cleary, Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham, Demolowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Epicoro,
Here.
Ethier,
Here.
Feeney,
Here.
Fine,
Here.
Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Kuhn,
Here.
Lakakis,
Here.
Lockhart, Muriello. He's still trying to get in. Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin, Carolyn. I know she's here. McLean Lane, Miller,
Present.
O'Brien, Hurley,
Here.
Peter,
Here.
Plosky,
Oh, I need my.
Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt,
What's his
Ricard,
Present.
Did you feed him?
Simpson,
Here.
Want me to feed
Smith,
him?
Here.
Touche,
Put him with me.
Present.
Dunny,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Whalen. Whalen, she's here.
Yes, I'm here. Hello. Hi. Here.
Willingham,
Here.
okay. Reinhardt,
Here.
Plosky, O'Brien,
Here.
McLean Lane. I know Lockhart's not there. Cunningham, Clary, Chapman.
You try it again.
Oh, Clary.
I
see
just,
Clary.
Joanne's trying to get in, Pat, if you could give a hand.
Oh, is she? I don't see her.
Mickey here.
I got you, Mickey.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's-
Nicole, do you have me?
Who's that?
Frank Moriello?
Yes, I got you, Frank.
The clerk will go through if we missed anybody, right, clerk?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have 35 present. I know Chapman's not there. Cunningham is trying to get in.
Mhm.
Lockhart's not there. Allison and Plosky.
Ms. Plasky is excused.
Okay. 35 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Again, as a reminder, please mute your devices if you're not speaking. Clerk, please identify the first speaker.
Carol Warneman.
Hi, can you all hear me?
We can hear you.
Great. Okay. So, tomorrow is Seen Enough Tobacco Day, but I'm going to be talking more about marijuana smoking. It's as relevant to clean air as tobacco smoking. And in terms of the soil and the water, the ashes, the butts, and the marijuana roaches are very relevant to those. Now, if any municipality does not opt out from selling and or consumption, on-site consumption by December 31st, They are not allowed to opt out in the future. Basically, what we've got going here is a roach motel, pun intended, but you can get in, but not out after that. However, you can easily opt in later. Now, all around the country, I have pages of stuff from places around the country where they have opted out. In Albany, in New York State, 13 communities have opted out of selling and on-site consumption. And 2 have, in Albany County actually, have only opted out of on-site consumption. They are Colony and Ballston Spa. But still, that's a very important thing that they did. There are a few places around the state, you know, who are okaying basically consumption lounges, and that's a national trend now. The tobacco industry has, of course, taken note of that, and they want cigar lounges. We wouldn't want to discriminate against them. But anyway.
1 minute, Carol.
Beacon, oh, thank you. Beacon, New York, has, since it's still illegal to sell in New York State, they're just giving it away. Maybe you recognize that that was a tactic of big tobacco. There was a Van Gogh exhibit in New York City that they paired with a marijuana consumption event. And in Wilton, New York, they have a weekly puff, puff, putt, weekly miniature golf game. Wonderful.
30 seconds.
Okay. I realize that there's no way the county is going to be passing a bill on this topic, and you wouldn't have time anyway. But you all live somewhere. So, and many of you live places where the issue has not been decided yet. And you can use your influence and you can use your voice to see to it that we're not going to be having to breathe secondhand marijuana smoke. We're going to have a cleaner environment. And
That's time, Carol.
okay, one more sentence. If any of you want to get stoned, don't smoke it, eat it. Thanks.
Thank you, Carol.
Okay.
Clerk, next speaker.
Lynn Jackson,
Oh,
Lynn,
Ms. Jackson.
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Lynn Jackson, and I live at 223 South Swan Street in Albany. And the reason that I wanted to speak tonight is I'm very concerned about the resolution to appoint two members to the Albany County Planning Board. I think the county legislature should investigate this because I believe that the reason that the 2 members are leaving the planning board is because of their votes on the Costco and the proposed wrap road apartments in the town of Guilderland. What they did was their vote upheld the principle of protecting the pine bush. And I think it's really important that we look at pine bush protection, and people should not be replaced on the planning board because of their votes. And I just want the legislature to be aware of this issue. I think it's really important to look at because right now we are in a period of climate change, and there are things that we can do to turn that around. One of them is to not build gas stations in transit-oriented districts. And we also need to look at protecting the pine bush ecosystem. You know, the pine bush is irreplaceable, and the more we can protect it, the better it is for us. So I do hope the legislature takes that into account and that you do not vote on that resolution tonight to replace 2 members of the planning board. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn. Clerk, next speaker.
Laurel Ball,
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I just wanted to follow up on the town board of Guilderland And many of my constituents have come to me on the same issue that Ms. Jackson just spoke about. And they have a lot of concern about why 2 long-term planning board members are being let go. I honestly didn't agree with them on everything that they did, but they did have the experience to do the job. And I am concerned about why they did get let go and why it happened this quickly. And I would ask it to please be referred to committee at least before any decision is made.
Thank you, Laurel.
Thank
Next
you.
speaker.
Steve Wickham.
Hello?
We
Hello?
hear you,
Can
Steve.
you hear me? Okay, very good. I'm Steve Wickham. I live at 14 Maria Lane in Delmar. And I'm also calling in because I'm very concerned about the resolution to replace 2 very experienced and qualified members of the planning board with 2 people who seem to be very inexperienced and unqualified. This does not seem to be a move to improve things, but rather punish people for their previous votes. And thank you very much.
Clerk, next speaker.
Karen White.
Yes, I'm also calling on the same issue. I agree with everything that the previous 3 speakers have already said. I just learned of this, and I pay more attention to these types of issues than the average resident. And I also agree that it needs to be referred for some action within Albany County Legislature. We need to know why this action is being proposed, because I have watched while both of these individuals have done their jobs with a high degree of professionalism. They've been approachable to the public, and I have not seen any missteps whatsoever. And they do have the technical background to do these jobs. I did look up the 2 individuals who are being nominated to replace them, and there's no comparison in my mind. These are highly technical, things that they're reviewing. And they also, in addition to the background that they have, real experience. And they're both longtime Albany County Planning Board members. So I really think that it needs to be explained, because every resident in Albany County stands to lose if these 2 individuals are replaced by the 2 individuals that you are nominating. Even people that don't watch and are not aware of what's going on, they will experience less service and less experience when all of these planning matters are coming up before their own town boards. We need the Albany County Planning Board to advise them and to be there for them. So this is not going to be in anything that's going to favor the residents of any of these towns and villages in Albany County, and they need to know that.
Thank you, Karen. Clerk, next speaker.
Gordon McClellan.
Yes. My name is Gordon McClellan, and I live in 713 Adams Court in Guilderland. I am also calling regarding the same issue as to why Mr. Raguso and Sophia have been replaced on the Albany County Planning Board. There are some key questions that need to be asked. Why were 2 key members replaced? What is that all about? What's behind all of this? It almost sounds to me as if somebody did not like the message, so they decided to go ahead and shoot the messengers. Why is Gary Ginsberg being appointed when he has absolutely no experience in planning whatsoever. Nothing professional, nothing technical. All of his skills are in the communications area. And who made the request to replace Ragusa and Sophia? Who got this whole thing started? That's really the big question. What's really going on here? We need some transparency. And I think the Albany County Legislature needs to sit down and take a look at itself and figure out just what exactly is going on. Is this a political maneuver on the part of somebody regarding some issues that they have concerns with? Or is it really truly a professional transfer of these two positions? What's the real thing that's behind all this? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gordon. Madam Clerk, next speaker.
Robin Gray.
Hi, my name is Robin Gray. I live in Guilderland, New York. I'm also the chairperson for Guilderland Coalition for Responsible Growth. One of the things that really bothers me about this transaction involving these two gentlemen is that I'm wondering why they're being replaced. I mean, they have always been extremely professional. They offer opinions that are based in sound, sound. I'm losing my train here. They base it on what the evidence is in front of them. I question whether they actually resigned or whether they were terminated. I think that this needs to be looked at, and it should be referred to the Personnel Committee for further discussion. I'd also like to reiterate that everything that Ms. Jackson said, Ms. Bowl, Mr. Wickham, Mr. McClellan, Ms. White, all of them echo all of the same things, where they have been, these two gentlemen have been nothing but professional. Although we may not agree with what some of their decisions are, they certainly are without favoritism. They go right to the heart of the matter, and they present what they believe is the most important part to look at in terms of the planning and zoning decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gray. Madam Clerk, are there any other speakers?
There are no more speakers.
Okay, just to address some of the comments that were made previously, I'm one of the sponsors of this item. I'm the lead sponsor, and I can assure you that this action is not punishment for a vote that occurred in 2019. We don't know where this is coming from, and quite frankly, it's very harmful and hurtful to have two very qualified, upstanding public servants have their names being dragged through the mud. The two individuals that we were replacing on the planning board have resigned. They've served on the planning board for a long time, and it's time for a fresh perspective and a new perspective. And these two members that we're looking to appoint tonight are excellent choices. And we need a diversity of opinion. We need a diverse viewpoint from different parts of Albany County, and Manans and Bethlehem. We believe they're excellent choices, and we hope that this misinformation that's being spread tonight, it's very problematic, and it's hurtful, and it's harmful. To have these two individuals that are looking to stand up and fill these two vacant positions in the planning board have their names dragged through on lies and misinformation, which is what this is. That's all I have to say about that.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman? Yes, I would like a chance to respond. Typically, we don't respond during the forum per your rules, but I think I need to respond to this. The two individuals who are on the planning board, they learned that they were dismissed from me because I saw it on the agenda on the first resolution during the exchange, and they were surprised to learn that they had been replaced. Now, the following week, they resigned because they thought it would be better to resign than being dismissed. But to say that they resigned is a misrepresentation. They were dismissed from the board without their knowledge and even without their notification. So I think that needs to be made clear here.
Words are important, Mr. Grimm. They were not dismissed. The facts are that they resigned from their positions on the Albany County Planning Board. Those are the facts.
The resolution replacing those two gentlemen was issued prior to their knowledge, even their knowledge that they were being dismissed. It came as a surprise to them. I know because I talked to them personally. So to say that it is a misrepresentation to say they resigned. Yeah, they resigned. This is 4 days after they were dismissed in a resolution.
That's exactly what happened. They resigned. Mr. Graham, I got Ms. Cunningham.
Thanks, Andrew. So just to clarify, so was their term up or?
No, their term was not up, but like I had mentioned before, it's time for some new vision, new perspective on the planning board. And we had 2 individuals that had expressed interest in serving. And
Right.
that's the rationale behind the 2
So they
appointments.
were dismissed, whether or not they resigned, prompted by seeing the agenda with 2 planning board members being appointed, they were dismissed.
No,
The intent was to dismiss them. So what would happen if they didn't resign? What would
it'd
you
be
would just have?
replaced on the planning board.
Okay, so they were forced, their hand was forced.
I don't think we forced anybody to do anything.
Well, their term wasn't up. And there are 2 people on the agenda, one of whom is a great guy from Bethlehem, and I was happy to see him. I know him well. So no reflection on the skills and talents of the 2. But we don't often get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speakers kind of highlighting this. And I think it's worth a discussion to kind of figure out what's going on, because clearly they were dismissed or they would have been pushed out because they were being replaced by 2
These
people.
appointees, Joanne, they all serve at the pleasure of the legislature. There is no fixed term.
Right, but we all know how planning boards and zoning boards work, and it's very typical. In fact, so typical that I would say that otherwise would be very unorthodox for people to fill out their term. And if they're not, folks want to replace them, but usually people are afforded the opportunity to fill out their term unless they do something so horrifying that, their name's in the newspaper and they're, hiring lawyers or something. But I just find this a little strange.
Okay. All right, thank you, Joanne. Mr. Peter, you have your hand raised?
Sure. I think there was a lot of conjecture on this of that there's ulterior motives and things of that nature, but just like anything else, these 2 members serve at the pleasure of the majority leader. And I think there have been numerous complaints in my district and many others of these individuals not actually, there's this obsession with the pine bush, fair enough, but there's actually things that the county planning board have done that have been harmful in other districts. And when it's been called to question, that has not, the answers on individuals have actually been completely unprofessional and have stopped development and tried to overrule localities. And that's definitely something that we should look into. And I'm perfectly fine with actually looking at this and actually saying that they deserve, and that it's the majority leader's decision. And I support the majority leader.
Just to clarify for everyone, this is an Albany County Legislature appointment, not the majority leader, just so we're clear. And we can, I would like to get us out of public hearing. We can discuss this more once the measure is actually up, if that's okay with everybody. Are there anyone else who wants to speak on an item on our agenda tonight in this meeting? Hearing none, the public forum is now closed. I'd like to call our meeting to order and like to ask our friend, Mr. Ricard from Cohoes, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Ricard. I'd like to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Beston,
Here.
Brewski,
Here.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman, Clay,
Here.
Clary,
Here.
Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Demalowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier, Gail? Feeny? Feeny?
Yes, here.
Fine.
Here.
Grimm?
Here.
Angie Joyce?
Here.
Ray Joyce?
Here.
Coon?
Here.
Lakakis?
Right here.
Lockhart? Murriello?
Here.
Mayo?
Here.
McLaughlin?
Here.
McLean Lane?
Here.
Miller?
Present.
O'Brien?
Here.
Curley?
Here.
Peter?
Here.
Plosky? Reedy?
Here.
Reinhardt?
Here.
Ricard?
Present.
Simpson?
Here.
Smith?
Here.
Touche?
Here.
Tunney?
Here.
Ward?
Here.
Whalen? Willingham?
Here, I'm here.
Jennifer Whalen is here. Hello.
I got you, Jen.
Okay, thank you.
Did you get me, Nicole?
Yes, I did.
Nicole, did you get me?
Now I got you.
Okay.
36 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Before we tackle our agenda tonight, which is lengthy, I want to remind everyone to please remain muted unless you desire to speak. We've successfully done over 100 remote meetings, and there's no reason to end that success now. If you find yourself muted on a phone, please use *6 to unmute. Clerk, please read the first item under previous business.
Establishing a menstrual equity policy for Albany County facilities and amending the 2021 Albany County budget.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 318 passes unanimous. 319, please.
Creating a special committee on rules review and legislative modernization.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
319 passes unanimous. I'd like to ask for a motion to amend Resolution 320 so we can hold it remotely. A motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ricard,
Second.
seconded by Mr. O'Brien. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
A motion to amend to hold this public hearing remotely passes. Resolution 320.
Public hearing on proposed local law number I for 2021, a local law of the County of Albany, amending local law number 1 for 2013, entitled An Ominous Human Rights Law for Albany County.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 320 amended passes. Resolution 321, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law number J for 2021, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the county executive to negotiate a long-term power purchase agreement for property owned and maintained by Albany County.
The same situation as 320. We're going to need to hold this public hearing remotely. I have a
So
motion.
moved. So
Moved by Lynn, seconded by Mr.
Second.
Reinhardt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, 321 as amended passes unanimous. Okay, folks, since we had significant discussion during our public hearing on Resolution 390, I think it'd be appropriate to move that to the top of our agenda tonight. I have a motion to take Resolution 390 out of order.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ricard,
Second.
seconded by
Wanda.
By Wanda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Bear with me one moment here, folks.
Call for a roll call.
They need to call for roll call.
Okay. Okay, folks, council advises that we didn't vote on 321 as amended. So resolution 321, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Resolution 321 as amended passes unanimous. Thank you. We had a motion to take resolution 390 out of order, which passed unanimous. I think we will continue the discussion. If there was any other comments or questions.
I just have a quick,
Clerk, before we start that, clerk, would you please read resolution 390?
Appointment of members to the Albany County Planning Board.
Okay, I have Mr. Ricard, you have your hand raised.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple points of clarification. So as we sit here on a Zoom meeting, is there 2 vacancies right now at this point? Yes or no?
Correct. Yes,
There is 2 vacancies right now.
Yes.
So if there's 2 vacancies, how many members are still on the planning commission? Without those 2?
Three.
So there's still 3 in there. Does that make it an official board or you need 4?
Well, they need a full complement of board members. Same thing with the legislature and any other body.
So they wouldn't have a quorum, I guess that's my question.
Correct.
So if we don't appoint these 2 individuals tonight, then they wouldn't have a quorum.
Wait, aren't there 6 people on the planning board now?
We have vacancies to fill.
Okay. Okay. And then the only other follow-up question, is there anything that would preclude us from going to the personnel committee for a month just to get a little more information?
We don't typically do that, and we do have vacancies that we need to fill tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Ricard. Favor of all the, Mr. Grimm.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And just so everyone is clear about what happened here. On September 30th, during the exchange, a resolution was sent to members and staff saying that the 2 members of the current board were being replaced by two others. I thought the wording was odd. It said it was our pleasure to replace these 2 people. I've never seen that before. So I called up the 2 members that were being replaced, and they said that's the first they've heard of it. So they had no idea they were being replaced. Now, the following week, when I saw on the agenda that they had resigned, I called them up again. I said, what's going on? And they said they decided to resign subsequent to that because they felt it was better to resign than being dismissed. So clearly they were dismissed, in fact, even without their knowledge. And the first resolution is clear evidence of that. So I think and I've heard from a number of constituents, trust me, that are upset because they follow these planning board meetings very closely. Growth is a very significant issue in the town of Gibbleton. And they follow these and they're upset because they thought these 2 people that were there handled things professionally, and you heard them repeat that again and again. Given that, I really think it's important that we refer this to committee so we can have a further airing. And that's why I'd like to make a motion to refer this matter to the Personnel Committee.
Okay, we have a motion to refer resolution 390 to the the Personnel Committee. You have a second?
I would like to second
Who is that?
Allison McLean Lane, sir.
McLean seconded. Long roll call on the, what's that?
Can we speak before we vote on it?
Sure, go ahead, Joanne. But there's
Okay.
just to note, there's a motion on the floor to
Motion on the
refer 390
floor.
to the Personnel Committee, which was introduced by Mr. Grimm and seconded by Ms. McLean. But go ahead. Ms.
Yes.
Cunningham.
So I guess I'm speaking in favor of the motion, and here's why. It sounds like there's some sort of backstory here. And it sounds like from Mr. Peters' comments, there was some concerns about their performance. The 2 that are being kind of forced out. I understand that appointees are at the pleasure of the legislature, and that's fine and good. But I think I'd just like to know more kind of what the backstory is, because it sounds like there's a backstory. And if they weren't doing their job or there were problems, I would like to know more about that. This has no bearing on the 2, or at least one of the 2 who I know very well, Gary Ginsberg, who is exceptional. He's a member of the Bethlehem Democratic Committee and is very skilled and talented in many areas. But I view that
referring this to personnel where at least there's a conversation of, hey, here's the situation, and why we wanted to replace these two before their term was up, which is essentially the material effect of what has occurred. So I'm planning on voting in support of the motion and encourage everyone who wants more of the backstory and more transparency to also join on this.
Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. Mr. Reinhardt?
Yes. Well, I'd like to say I can one-up Joanne in this way. I actually know both of these individuals that are being recommended for the board. I think highly of both of them. I have interacted with both of them. Well, I should say I have interacted with Gary. My wife has interacted with the other individual. So I'm familiar with both of them. I think they will both be excellent on the planning board. However, I share Joanne's concerns about sort of the process and what went on. And frankly, I thought, I don't always agree with what Mark Grimm said, but what he said tonight on this topic seems to me to be, it's something I think we need to work through and figure out and understand exactly what's going on here. And just one thought I have is that if there are some performance issues that led to the removal one way or another of the two individuals that are were being discussed tonight. First of all, I also know many of the people who spoke out against their removal, and I believe that they all have valid credentials to speak on this matter. But also, I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding of what happened here, because I don't want Gary and Elizabeth, the two members who are being nominated, to have any cloud over their head as far as them. If they do in fact join the board, then I think we want and we owe them sort of a clear path, no cloud over like why did this happen? What, they are both, I think, good individuals, and I want them to have a sunny sky as they move forward if they are in fact going to join the board. So I do think we should go back to committee. We should sort of vet this out, understand what's going on, and that's my opinion on this. So I like the two nominees, but I also feel like we need to understand the backstory, as someone said.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reinhardt. Mr. Feeney?
Just wanted to clear up something, that there are no terms. We're not replacing them in the middle of their term. They don't have a term. They serve at the pleasure of the legislature, and I just don't want any confusion that way, that we're, taking people out of their position in the middle of a term. That's not the case. They don't have terms on the planning board.
Thank you, Mr. Feeney. Mr. Bergdorf?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Hello, Allison. You should
I
turn
am
on.
going to support this resolution to take it back to committee for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, one of the members who is impacted, Enzo Sophia, is a member, is a constituent of mine in my legislative district, who has told me, as I have sat in his house a couple of times, how much he has enjoyed the work of the planning board. So I am a little curious. I have not spoken to him at this instance, but I am a little curious as to why he would tender a letter of resignation, and that is inconsistent with what he has told me in the past, especially after hearing from 6 members of the public from Guilderland. That's number one. Number two, last year, we came to the chairman with a recommendation that a Democratic woman from the town of Colony be appointed to the Albany County Planning Board. And we were told that that was impossible because there was supposed to be a geographic balance, and that if we already had someone from the town of Colony, which is my constituent, and that it was unfortunate, but we could not have two people from the town of Colony, and that they wanted to maintain a geographic balance. So one of the things that I see with the two candidates tonight is one is from the village of Manans, who I do not know, but the other is from the town of Bethlehem. So that in actuality, Guilderland is without a representative at this point in time, which sort of is contrary to the concept of a geographic balance. Number three, I took a look at the resumes of the two people who were recommended, and one appears eminently qualified, and the other doesn't have the word planning anywhere in a two-page resume. It's basically a political resume, and so I am concerned about the comments raised by the public. And while this may be, I personally would never vote against a direct appointment of the majority leader, but this is an appointment by the county legislature. So I'm going to support this going back to committee in order to have a further airing of the circumstances under which these transactions are contemplated. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, folks, listen, I want to save everyone some time tonight. I'm going to go ahead and refer 390 to personnel, okay? Heard you loud and clear. Thank you for your comments and your concern.
Thank you, Mr.
Joyce?
Chairman. Thank you.
Mr. Joyce, do you have your hand raised?
No, you addressed it. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, everyone. Let's get my footing here. Okay, 327, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Lamont Engineers for engineering, architectural design, construction administration, and construction inspection services for new highway garage facilities in the town of Knox and Queens.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 327 passes unanimous. 328, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cone regarding the modernization of 6 passenger elevators at the Harold L. Joyce Albany County Office Building.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 328 passes unanimous. 329, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Davies Office regarding the Shaker Place 5th floor renovation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 329 passes unanimous. 330, please.
Amending resolution number 11 for 2021 regarding the purchase of county-owned streetlights and amending the 2021 Department of Public Works budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 330 passes unanimous.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Joyce,
please note my abstention, please.
got it. We've got your abstention for 330. 330 passes with 1 abstention. 331, please.
Authorizing agreements and amending the 2021 Department for Children, Youth, and Families budget, gun violence prevention program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 31 passes unanimous. 332, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Berkshire Farms and Family Center regarding non-secure detention services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 332 passes unanimous. 333, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Children's Health Home of Upstate New York regarding reimbursement of Medicaid care management services provided to children in Albany County.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 333 passes unanimous. 334, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox regarding residential domestic violence services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 334 passes unanimous. 335, please.
Authorizing an agreement between the Departments of Social Services and Mental Health regarding services for safety net and TAF applicants and recipients.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 335 passes unanimous. 336, please.
Authorizing agreements with New York State Office of Children and Family Services and Bright Side Up regarding registration services and administrative costs.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 336 passes unanimous. 337, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the U.S. Department of Agriculture regarding the 2021 SNAP process and technology improvement grant and amending the 2021 Department of Social Services budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 337 passes unanimous. 338, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of a memorial flagpole at the Ann Lee Pond Nature and Historic Preserve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 338 passes unanimous. 339, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of 2 storyboards along the Albany County Helderberg Hudson Rail Trail.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 339 passes unanimous. 340, please.
Amending resolution number 318 for 2020 regarding media and consulting services for the Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 340 passes unanimous. 341, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Plaza Linen Services regarding residential laundry services for the Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 341 passes unanimous. 342, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Celtic Consulting regarding minimum data set consulting services for the Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
342 passes unanimous. 343, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title III-B Supportive Services Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 343 passes unanimous. 344, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title III-C1 Congregate Meals Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 344 passes unanimous. 345, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title III-C2 Home Delivered Meals Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 345 passes unanimous. 346, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title III-D Medication Management Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 346 passes unanimous. 347, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Community Services for the Elderly Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 347 passes unanimous. 348, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Health Insurance Information, Counseling, and Assistance Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 348 passes unanimous. 349, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title III Caregiver Support Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 349 passes unanimous. 350, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Congregate Services Initiative Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 350 passes unanimous. 351, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the expanded in-home services for the elderly program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
351 passes unanimous. 352, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the Wellness and Nutrition Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 352 passes unanimous. 353, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the AAA State Transportation Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
353 passes unanimous. 354, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding unmet need.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 354 passes unanimous. 355, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 355 passes unanimous. 356, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Peter Young Industries regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 356 passes unanimous. 357, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Senior Projects of Ravenna regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 357 passes unanimous. 358, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
358 passes unanimous. 359, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Senior Projects of Ravenna regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 359 passes unanimous. 360, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Colony Senior Service Centers regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 360 passes unanimous. 361, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Access Transit regarding transportation services for eligible seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 361 passes unanimous. 362, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension regarding dietitian services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 362 passes unanimous. 363, please.
Amending resolution number 389 for 2018 regarding the Council at First Appearance grant and amending the 2021 Public Defender's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
363 passes unanimous. 364, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Victim Services regarding the Crime Victim Assistant Grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 364 passes unanimous. 365, please.
Amending resolution number 185 for 2020 regarding the Children First Initiative.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 365 passes unanimous. 366, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services regarding the Upstate Family Defense, Child Welfare, Quality Improvement, and Caseload Reduction Grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 366 passes unanimous. 367, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Addictions Care Center of Albany and amending the 2021 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
367 passes unanimous. 368, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Rehabilitation Support Services regarding case management services for the county reentry program and amending the 2021 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 368 passes unanimous. 369, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension to provide training courses for lead-based paint remediation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 369 passes unanimous. 370, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Health regarding the COVID-19 vaccine response program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
370 passes unanimous. 371, please.
Amending resolution number 349 for 2019 as amended by resolution number 398 for 2020 regarding the Maternal and Infant Community Health Collaborative.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
371 passes unanimous. 372, please.
Amending the 2021 Sheriff's Office budget, Public Safety Answering Points Operations Grant Funding.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
372 passes unanimous. 373, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the 2021 Emergency Management Performance Grant and amending the 2021 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'd like to note my abstention. 373 passes unanimous with one abstention. 374, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Bus Patrol America for school bus stop armed camera services.
Mr. Tunney?
Mr. Chairman, could you please list me as a sponsor, co-sponsor?
Gotcha.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be a sponsor as well.
Okay. We've got them. All those in favor of 374?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
374 passes unanimous. Mr. Tunney, Mr. Bergdorf are added as co-sponsors. 375, please.
Approving the District Attorney's Office Memorandum of Understanding with Teamsters Local 294 District Attorney Investigators Unit regarding a collective bargaining agreement and amending the 2021 District Attorney's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
375 passes unanimous. 376, please.
Amending the 2021 Albany County budget, performance management and data analytics coordination position.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
376 passes unanimous. 377, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 56 James Street in the village of Green Island.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 377 passes unanimous. 378, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 29 Arch Street in the village of Green Island.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 378 passes unanimous. 379, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 90 Alexander Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 379 passes unanimous. 380, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 144 Broad Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
380 passes unanimous. 381, please.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 148 South Hawk Street and 150 South Hawk Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 381 passes unanimous. 382, please.
Amending resolution number 435 for 2019 regarding the authorization to convey a parcel of real property known as Van Wise Point in the town of Bethlehem.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 382 passes unanimous. 383, please.
Amending the 2021 Albany County budget, temp help and overtime.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
383 passes unanimous. 384, please.
Amending the 2021 Albany County budget, insurance premiums.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 384 passes unanimous. 385, please.
Amending resolution number 278 for 2021 regarding the purchase of a low boy trailer and amending the 2021 Department of Public Works budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
385 passes unanimous. 386, please.
Public hearing on the 2021 tentative annual budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 386 passes unanimous. 387, please.
Public hearing on the proposed legislative additions and or deletions to the 2022 tentative annual budget.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
387 passes unanimous. 388, please.
Designating the Audit and Finance Committee to review the tentative annual budget for 2022.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 388 passes unanimous. 389, please.
Authorizing and directing the Water Purification District to require testing for PFOA acid and PFOS acid of pre-treated and leachate waste streams.
No, clerk, I want you to try to pronounce those. Go ahead. You can do it.
No.
Come on.
I'll work with her on it.
I
yeah.
abbreviated the word.
Okay, we're gonna have you say the whole thing. So Mr. Miller, please tutor our clerk, and she's gonna knock that out of the park. Please refer that-
Can you add me as a co-sponsor?
Yes, we can add you, Ms. Cunningham.
And I would be greatly appreciative if I was added as well, also the clean.
We've got you.
Yeah, add Mert Simpson also, please.
Mr. Simpson,
And me.
Mr. Reinhardt,
Put me on too.
we have Ms. Lakakis. Okay, we'll sure to get more as the discussion continues on it. That's going to get referred to CSGI though, Conservation, Sustainability, and Green Initiatives Committee. 390 was taken out of order. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Make a motion.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Kaminsky,
Motion,
seconded by Ms. Lakakis. All those in favor?
Aye.